And here we are, guys. Hopefully, it's working correctly, and hopefully, you can hear and see Brad. And
I'm gonna be so angry if we can't. I also have to. Did you just rock in there? Right? Are we live?
yeah, we're live.
I gotta hold
I
on.
think there's a delay.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
there's always a 20-second delay.
Yeah, I heard myself. I had
Uh,
to unmute the video right now so I could see it.
Congratulations.
so we're live on Wednesday, and I'm hosting it because Brad isn't feeling too hot, and because I'm running two cameras, and Eloise is with me painting some sisters.
Wee wee wee.
I'm trying to say hi. Hi. Hi.
I love everything about the fact that you changed your screen name to wee wee wee.
Well,
makes me.
the thing is, you guys have started not making the chat. What's the name? You know, like when the live chat being attached to the video, it used to not be attached to the video, so I could say whatever I wanted because it was vanishing into oblivion. But now I actually have to pay attention to what I say, so I just changed my name so that I
It's
don't
because
need
she's
to
a
pay attention to
responsible
what I
adult,
say.
and she doesn't want to be responsible for the online comments that she's saying.
Yeah.
I love this. So you're hiding. You're in chat witness protection. I like this
Yeah.
too. Uh, Definitely not a birthday hangover because I don't get hangovers. I put that in the chat. That's my only superpower. Britt actually defies that because she thinks that I just feel so bad all the time that I wouldn't notice if I get a hangover. So there is that. But no, I I had a I got some wine for my birthday, and they were fantastic. One of my buddies, who's been around forever like me, has a friend from work that is a wine guy, and he's like, I was gonna buy this on my own, and then I just went, nah, I'll have the dude that's actually the expert get you some wine. And
That's pretty nice of
that
them.
why
I think we're going slow. We might have
you are buffering like a madman. What is happening on your end?
fun streaming shenanigans.
This is what happens when I let you do things.
All right, let me try something.
I'm not even mad.
You're live.
I'm just
You're
disappointed.
live, Brad. Well, okay, so this is what's happened since last week. So last week, Eloise and I decided it'd be fun to stream, and then we also did a battle report with Sean on Thursday, and then from Sean, we decided to gut the entirety of the basement, install new flooring, put everything back, and get ready for today. So I'm happy we have internet again. I forgot to run the hard line.
Do you know that every successful Sisters army that was at Tacoma took a unit of Paragon warsuits and Morven Vol? True story.
I think he put more of that away. But that's what Eloise is currently painting.
I'm just saying, she's painting the right stuff.
All
I
right.
hope. Oh, I'm also painting the Roomba.
You're painting your Roomba,
Yeah.
so it cleans the floor and looks nice.
So the Junith model, which we hadn't had, but Eloise kept running out of command points, so we figured, well, it's not bad. You get 100 points, you get a command point. So, and Eloise absolutely adores the model because she thinks it looks like a Roomba.
Mm-hmm.
I had to qualify my. There were successful Sisters armies. I go successful enough, sir.
So how many Sisters armies were there? How about that?
I have to go look at it again. You had somebody. They had one who got into bracket 2, so they finished at 50 or 50th or some sort. So they did all right with that. But Sisters was one of the armies that will be competing at the best of the rest tournament that we're going to hold.
I want to know more about this tournament. Actually, let's take a step back, Brad. How was your birthday?
My birthday was amazingly chill, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I am an old man, so I did a coaching. I took it very easy on this. I did the stream on Monday night, and as soon as the Monday night stream was over, I went down the street to a patio. I had a couple friends chill out, and we had some drinks, and I ate a Mexican shrimp cocktail, and it was delightful. And I got wine as a gift, and then I came home and I drank all the wine. So
Seems legit.
It seems like a good birthday.
I poured one glass of wine, which of course all of my glasses hold an entire bottle of wine. So
Have you upgraded your housing ware to just have those giant goblets of wine now?
I do. I literally have multiple glasses that hold an entire bottle of wine. And a big glass of prune juice and relax. That's exactly how it is.
Perfect.
So
That sounds like a delightful time for an old man.
exactly. I do need to get another coaching spot. I have a coaching spot open now. So I need to fill that. So anybody that's looking for Mojo and JoJo, I do have a slot open now. It's very hard to keep it like a balance of who you're working with. Not too many, but not too few. So
And when's that slot?
that slot is a Tuesday in the afternoon. But I do have one other, but it's not going to be open very long. It's more like the people. It's the number of people and the hours. Because I can only work so many hours. Brad occasionally falls apart, so I like to keep X amount of hours a week. Because then I also
Just
have
in
to have...
case.
Well, I have to have days free because anything that I have to push to another day because I'm not feeling so great. Because you want to make sure everybody's getting 100% Brad Mojo. So I want to be effective. So I don't want you to just talk to me while I'm like laying under the desk trying to do stuff. So
Well, Brian, if you were laying under the desk that we have, there's at least a dog bed for you.
this is true. That actually looks really comfortable. Also, your dog
It is.
gave 0 fucks when we were playing. He was just like, "Yeah, I heard you were playing. There's a bunch of people here. Good to hear."
Cool.
All right. So
Thank you, Don.
Let's set up chat. I feel like I missed a whole bunch of stuff as we were running our 150-foot cable through the house.
Oh, it's just me talking shit there.
That's normal. I mean,
Look at, Canada comes in, fucking Rich comes in, talking shit. We've had so many no tech issues for a while, too. So,
Yeah.
you know who hasn't helped with those tech issues lately? Goddamn Canada. Always blame them. Blame Canada.
When in doubt.
that's a. Would that be a dated South Park reference at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm old. I feel like we just talked about this.
When did that movie come out?
Like in the 90s?
No, it came out. I think it was the early 2000s.
All right, well, let's find out.
I'll let you Google that.
South Park.
Bigger,
the movie,
longer, uncut.
South Park, the movie was 1999.
Nice.
Shoot, we're old.
Back in the more innocent times.
Yeah, you can say stuff and then not get canceled. Oh, I love this stuff. I appreciate that, guys. Exactly, Eric. Usually under the desk coaching costs more. So, that's after dark. That's after hours.
That's his Brad Chester's only fan page. All right. So let's see. So,
Okay, I have a question for everybody. So, why the shit in YouTube right now is there a little heart emoji that lets me have more emojis, and how do I make that go away? It's literally right on the right where chat is. It's just like in the way.
You don't have a choice. You need to spread the life.
You got to spread the love. There's no dislikes on YouTube, only likes.
I don't even. Where do they even go? I keep clicking them and nothing happens.
I mean, I can see it. Every time you click a little heart, it shows that.
Oh,
you
it's
know,
just loaded itself. But how do I don't
much
want
love.
that there. This is upsetting me.
you're
Stop,
giving, you're giving me
YouTube,
100.
stop.
You're giving me 100%. You're
Why?
now getting thumbs up and smiley faces.
Is this on everybody's thing?
Mm-hmm.
What? It's literally blocks the last person to chat. Like you
Really?
can't read the last comment. It's like in front of it. I mean, not completely, but
Well,
it's
Brad
blocks
doesn't.
up.
Brad doesn't see this. He sees whatever YouTube has. Are you doing it on your phone, Brad? Or are you?
Oh, not on my phone. I'm a goddamn old man. I of course am at my
What is
computer
he,
at
a
all times.
millennial?
Are you a Xenial now?
Oh, hold on. I gotta my thing. What generation I am? I'm like just over a boomer.
I put boomers in diapers.
All right, so Matt says, and literally everyone's saying it's blocking stuff. So
Yeah. Okay. I thought I was just fucking crazy. I was like, did I do this again? Because I have done stuff where I accidentally change one of my preferences, and all of a sudden I'll have like a banner over something, or I'm just getting notifications from, you know, local singles, hot singles in my area. Like, why am I getting this?
so
But-
I don't know. Is it still buffering, guys?
Ah!
Click on open widget. It will tell you.
Stream status poor.
You're killing me.
It's directly connected, so I got nothing. I can't make the internet go any faster than a direct connection with the Cat 6 cable.
I mean, stop ordering like poser mobile internet provider. Wicca wicca.
Now it's all the Russian porn that we download on the other computer that we don't own.
I got nothing.
You know, the best part about this is Eric goes, "You're young enough that you didn't type how to remove hearts into the chat like it's Google at least." I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't the person online, I would have for sure typed this in chat. And that is also true. I don't know where my phone is, Todd.
You just had it. Like we were.
Oh, here it is.
There you go.
I usually put it across the room. A lot of times I just charge. I brought my charger in here, so I don't just have my phone like in Guam. I don't know if you've ever messaged me before, but a lot of people say that messaging me is like sending me a physical letter through the mail. So,
There have been a couple times when you've literally just like texted me 5 days later. And I'm like,
for
but
his
you do
defense,
give a response.
he is getting way better.
I did actually put one of the groups I was in that like we had a meeting and on Discord, and they're like, "Hey Brad, well tell everybody, add everyone, tell everybody that they should be joining now." And so I literally just typed @AT everyone and just like click, and they're like, "Ah," and I'm like, "What?" Followed instructions perfectly. So.
Well, I must say the group chat between Kramer and you used to be 5 days for Kramer, 5 days for you.
Kramer's getting on top of it now.
And both of you are getting way better at it.
That is
I'm a proud
true. We have had multiple times, and you guys are like, "We need to find out if that person's dead."
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your guys' projects for 10th? Weirdly enough, since I don't.
We should probably talk about what we're working on right now, since.
Indeed.
So, Eloise, what are you working on? Because the screen's on you.
So, because I am a monster, I will not start working on my Eldar army until all of my sisters are built and painted.
No army's ever done. That you're never going to have Eldar then.
Well, she's saying this, but I just want to provide a caveat. She just bought like 1,000 points of Sisters of Battle to be delivered at ATC.
No, but those are the last ones that I need to be done with what I own.
What about the
I go to
Arcoflagellants?
So hold on a minute. I just want to point out the audio doesn't lag, but just the video lags. So like basically, if I sit super still, it doesn't look like I'm lagging. I'm just gonna talk and be like, well, I'll look like time delayed photography.
We are doing a Digiracat. What's the name?
What?
The name of the ancestor of photography. Digiracat?
I don't know what the origins of photography are. I actually think it's my computer at this point because this is using a lot of my CPU.
You're apparently running this on a Commodore 64 on Poser Mobile Internet. So,
This is AT&T Internet, Brad.
you know what?
Your former employer.
Yeah, my former employer. I'm a disabled kid now. They can die in a fire. Eloise is the opposite of Brad. She builds and paints her own models instead of mooches and ships. I feel attacked there. It feels very attacked. I feel very attacked. I need to go to my safe space.
I mean, he's
Which
not
is
wrong.
borrowing
He's
models.
not wrong though. So yeah, Eloise is finishing off the rest of her sisters, and I think probably by today she'll be able to start her LR.
That's my goal. I wanted to do Eldar today on stream, but
What?
I decided to try to defy gravity at the top of the stairs yesterday, so I lost a couple of hours of my day.
Oh. You know what? I was promised boob cam, and I'm still kind of bummed about this.
I told you that we framed the camera so that you can see my hands. But not my boobs, even if I bend over to be closer.
No boob cam for you, Brad. Sorry.
No boot camp for nobody.
So we were really hoping this would boost the viewers up. If we just had,
Wait, can I?
It's okay. It's okay because our internet is like 1999 dial-up AOL.
I mean, I'm glad that you got that free disc from AOL.
I'm going through my stockpile of discs, Brad. I'm so
I mean,
56K.
you're running out of time on that last disc. That's all I'm wondering.
Well, they were giving away for free everywhere, and I only have like 2,000 of them.
Oh man, you know what? I'm transferring over. I haven't watched Warhammer Plus in a while, and I clicked back onto Hammer and Boulder and watched the last episode. I don't even know when it was released, but it had Lucius the Eternal, and it was fucking cool as hell. I don't know if anybody still has that. I still have that because I also have a subscription to the old app, so which came with Warhammer Plus.
Well, the free subscriptions to the new app are going to go away. You know, as soon
Do
as
we know
they
when?
launch the first codex, it's going to be a pay-to-play model.
I'm really worried about that because I've really enjoyed the app. I really enjoy the app a lot. I've made a shit ton of lists. I was just talking about some lists I made. Hopefully Anna gets to watch this because the list that I sent I think is awesome sauce. I made a Orc Speed Freaks list, and it was sick, and I feel it was a piece of art. But the I don't want the app to go away, and I'm a little worried about.
I don't think it's going to go away. I just think it's going to be a pay-to-play. It's going to be like $10 a month or something, and that's.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think it's worth it.
I do.
For
If I could
years,
share
we've
my
been
list
saying
with you.
the app sucks, and I would be willing to pay to make it better, and
I'm
blah blah blah.
100%
And now
willing
that
to
they
pay.
have an app that doesn't suck, we're like, ooh, it won't be free anymore. It
I
sucks.
am not. I don't need it for free. What I don't want is to have to buy the codex and scan the codexes in for every single thing. I'd rather just have a paid subscription.
Well, yeah.
So whatever that subscription is, I want that. You know what I mean? Because before you had to you bought the app, you got your subscription, and then you had to literally get either an electronic or a physical, code that you put in for our codexes.
You know that's how it's going to be, right?
Just make a subscription, man. Make a subscription and then just keep electronically updating everything.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. He goes, if you get everything with it, I'm okay with paying. I would pay a monthly subscription all the time. I need to update my Diet Dr. Pepper game. Ooh, I'm actually drinking Dr. Pepper Zero. It's pretty delicious, by the way. They should sponsor me because I have a real problem about drinking this. I don't know what.
A relationship problem with Diet Dr Pepper and Diet Coke.
Yeah, I drink an vastly unhealthy amount of these drinks. So, yeah, I hope that. I'm curious how they're going to do TO support if they do that. At that point in time, I think that if you're running TOs, that if you have a monthly subscription, you just accept the fact that you have to get a monthly subscription. Or maybe they give you a TO code, which is what they used to do before, so the TOs could see stuff. But I enjoy the app, and I like the fact that you can share lists very quickly, and you can access and look at your opponent's roster, your roster. I still love the cards. I really loved having the cards in the game so far. So I was not super excited that a lot of stores got one of everything. Like I had to buy mine at Salt City because Daryl literally got one, and he sells like an insane amount of Warhammer stuff, and he still only got that. So I don't know who's in charge of logistics and shipping, but GW, quit it.
Well, why would they make a whole bunch of? Why would they make a whole bunch of them if they're going to be null and void here in the near future?
Ugh. They're not. I guess if you print your own, you can always do that. But
I guess
that's
with Space Marines, they are Space Marine Tyranids. Like we'll have a new book at any point in time in the near future.
true. True. But I mean, I think you could just sleeve them, and then you can just put the updated deal in. I don't know. I like having the physical thing. It was super nice to not just like have to page through a codex or whatever, and you just had them right there. I'm like, hey, what's the stats on this? Boom. Your opponent can go, hey, what's the stats on this? You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's my cards. And like in my games like Salt City, I always had my cards on the side. You know what I mean? So like I could look at them, my opponent could look at them, because it's a new edition. You know what I mean? Nobody knows the rules.
So Corey wants to know: can you actually share the lists using the app, like the file that it uses, or is it just like a document?
I think it's just a document. I'm not sure. Somebody smarter than me tell me that uses technology more. I usually just send the whole roster. You know what I mean? And just print it, put it on my copy, clipboard. But I don't know if they have a share. Like the app for AOS has just a battle share deal. So I don't know if they can do that. So that would be cool though. If you get Warhammer Plus, you get the app. That would be cool too. I actually like Warhammer Plus. I mean, it needs more plus, but the stuff on it is pretty decent. Well, they just don't have enough content. You know what I mean? And
Well,
not all of
so
it's...
how much is Warhammer Plus a month?
I have no idea. I think I just bought the year deal that came with it, and
You're
it's
one
like
of those people who need help to cancel your subscription.
100%. Like the only reason that I have this right now is I don't cancel anything. I am definitely that old guy that has, damn it, this renewed again.
Well, I know of a third-party app that will help you cancel those subscriptions, Brad.
God, I have so many of those. And the problem is I usually do things for the year or whatever it is. So I don't pay attention, and then the year comes up and I go, great, I've got all the single moms in Mount Radius app. Why do I have this for another year?
Because you're that excited about 40K, that's why.
The funny thing is back goes the free annual mini is the only thing that keeps me on it. Takes a bite of the early cost. I never claimed. I claimed my mini yesterday. I don't even know if it's and I was supposed to get 2 of them. I've been so late to the party and claiming my mini that when I clicked on it, it just aired out for the one, and then the other one went through. It's like, dude, that was a year ago. Why you got to bring up old shit?
So what did you get? What did you claim?
I claimed the assassin, and there was one other thing you could do.
The assassin, the one that's on top of the head thing?
That is such a cool model. I haven't seen anyone take it to a tournament, though. I'd be like,
It's a playable model?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do like the cards. Erica's, the cards were awesome for list building, too. You take every unit the league can attach to, pull them out and fit through them while you decide what you want. I love stuff like that because it helps. I don't have to scroll through, look back, scroll through, look back. You just have the cards and go, bam. Here's the things that they can attach to. Here are those things. Do I want them in the army? Yes, no. It's cool. I do like the cards quite a bit. I think it helped quite a bit. I actually like them in a tournament setting, especially when we have all these changes and stuff, especially with the new edition, the new change, obviously new 10th edition. It was really cool to just have that so you can reference, your opponent can reference. I mean, what? Crawley told me round 5, I realized that Prism's got full rerolls in their 2 shots. One for the actual Eldar, and then they have the crystal targeting matrix, which I just apparently ignored. So, and then I found out that I was using D cannons the wrong strength. I had them strength too low for half of the tournament. So
Legit.
And you still did pretty good.
Yeah, it worked out.
So, what do the next couple weeks look like for Mr. Brad? You're coming down to ATC next weekend, right?
I am like terrified that I'm going to die in the next 3 weeks. So I am going to ATC. You're like, hey, Brad, you've had a lot of problems. What should you do? I'm going to go to ATC on Wednesday, uh, show up at night, game all day Thursday, then, of course, be in the tournament Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get home super late because we're driving, apparently, which sucks because they
I
won't
thought
move
you
it to
guys were
Atlanta.
flying down.
I was planning, I still might fly down if I get, so I don't think my body can take it because I leave for Europe the following Thursday.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
And then I'll be gone.
ATC is very late this year.
Yeah, and then I'll literally leave for Europe, go to Stockholm, which I'm told that I have to maintain some level of consciousness because I'm apparently scheduled for like a game every 20 minutes to practice before the tournament.
But
And
you're not playing though, right? You're just coaching.
I am a Team Sweden coach. This is my first time that I won't be a player in, 12, 13 years? Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, but I think you'll enjoy that.
I enjoy it. I forget. One of the best things that happened was I'm flying into Sweden, and one of my buddies, Robert Gustafsson, is taking care of me after. And basically, Daniel is basically the Swedish version of me, but maybe even worse. And Robert told me that I'm not allowed to have just Daniel and I together in Belgium because then there would be no adults, quote. So and also we're doing the weekend and then I've got a couple days before we go to Belgium and we were debating on going somewhere and he goes, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna do some boat trips. You're going to relax and we're gonna go to the gym. Like that's the only things that are happening. He's like, you're gonna not die. And I'm like, all right, executive decisions have been made.
So you guys are just staying in Sweden for 6 days?
I'll be in Sweden. I leave on Thursday, get there Friday morning, 9 in the morning, and then I'm there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll be there. We'll leave at some point in time on Wednesday. I have a plane ticket to Belgium, but I don't know when it is because I also had Robert take care of that. So
I had a lot of fun hanging out with Robert.
At some point in time, I'm leaving from Sweden and going to Belgium, and then I leave from Brussels Monday. After that,
did you get a later flight so you can party all night Sunday?
Absolutely not. I want to make sure that I have the same thing happen that I had this time, where I'm just driving fast and running through the airport.
Too bad my phone's not connected because I would share the picture of Brad after a week of being in Europe and how he looked on that Monday.
You guys tried to kill me.
No one tried to kill you, Brad. Brad tried to kill Brad.
No, you were the most psyched up. You were literally like a kid on his first spring break.
I mean, he was.
I was though.
You literally, I came up with the term quad fisting because of you.
That's why on my jersey I have the number 4, so we're good.
That is true. Eric goes, nothing really shows how many units Space Marines have available, like seeing their cards next to other armies. Their card stack is impressive.
So, Brandon is working not on his ATC list.
I am. I'm building the models right now.
What are you
And
going
he
to take
hates
to
every
ATC?
second of it.
Yes, that is the answer.
Oh, you know who also got yes on there? I might be a Custodes player now because we had Brenton, then we had Tom, and then we might have Tom, might have Brenton. If Brenton comes, he wants to play Eldar, which is what I was going to play. And with the Marine Nurse, we were like, is Marine's better than this? I don't know. And then we were going to take GSC and Custodes, and then all of a sudden I got pushed to whatever is left for after everyone else goes, because you'll figure it out, Brad. And so I might be a Custodes player.
So what is your team then?
My team is Sean, Justin Bieber Rice, Stephen Crowley, myself, Brenton Weiss, and Snigs, Jason Stigowski.
Okay.
And
So
Snigs
Tom is no longer going.
Tom wasn't going to go, and then basically he got Brenton a job Breton used to be an assassin for the Imperium, so when they did his background check, he had to say that he's killed at least 3 Farseers and a Kroot. So, but no, he's waiting to get a start date. So if his start date was basically right at ATC, he couldn't go. So Tom was going to go. It's been weird. And then, of course, they've changed the rules at ATC like 10 times now. It's tough to make lists for a tournament when they're like, all right, remember when we were talking about the rules? We were just joking. This is the new format. Like, all right, you remember when we said that thing about the rules? All right, still just joking. Here's the thing. So like, all right.
Well, this is why I'm not taking it seriously, because I know it's going to change again. Like, I know for a fact they're going to be doing another one just because they don't have differential in the packet. And on the captain's chat, they're going to say, oh, we must have accidentally deleted that. So we're going to have differential again.
Get Nick Navati calling me.
Say hi.
They should have.
Because he heard what you're doing. And he...
Hi, Mr. Holster.
Mr. Holster.
That's how I called him since I met him.
That is pretty funny. That is, I won't give the story, but never try to pick your own nickname. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling the story. I'm saying, but all I'm saying is don't ever try to pick your own nickname. It will never go well. When other people find out you're trying to give yourself a nickname, you will get a different nickname.
That you might not like.
Exactly.
So
but
if Space Marines are not quite as good, does it make Tau a more viable option?
I don't think Tau is still up there. Here's the thing is that there's such a vast chasm between the tops and everything else. The only armies that are weird, so you've got Eldar, you've got Knights, you've got Custodes, you've got Necrons. And then you've got the Shadow Realm of Thousand Suns, Orcs, and then you basically jump off a cliff and there's every other army. And you've got Space Marines weirdly in there. But Space Marines are like... Space Marines can hit hard. They've got a tank version and they've got an infantry grav version. And those are really, really good into the things that they're really, really good into. You know what I mean?
But they're not good all-around lists.
Yes. I don't know if they're really good singles lists. But, like, Marines can wreck your face, you know what I mean, with certain things. Tank build's really good. It has really durable. It's really hard for a lot of armies to deal with. You know what I mean? If you do a combination of that. I was working with Matt Tarantine about his list at Salt City, and I made a couple versions that I really liked with, like a heavy tank, but still grav devs, and and then a unit of Desolators inside there, because the Desolators are still just busted. You know what I mean? So, like, they just clear out the chaff like no one ever clears out the chaff. So I really like that. But the problem is that it's why we don't want to do the tournament. I mean, again, want to do that tournament for the best of the rest, because there's a big drop in power. So, like, there's certain armies that, like, can't hit as hard, but can play the game really well. So, like, I think that Orcs are underrated as far as gameplay. I think that they make the 8. Like, if you're making, like, a WTC-style team, I think that Orcs make the team. Because they can play the mission very, very well, and they can score all the time. They just... Their damage isn't super great. It isn't insignificant, but it's just not great. You know what I mean?
Well, they kind of slow down close combat, and Orcs thrive on close combat.
Right. And that's the problem, is they can bounce off a lot of stuff, but things like you can't heroic unless somebody actually charges you and stuff like that. You can just go stand on an objective and take it away from people. You can move block. You can score your secondaries because they've let a lot of just shit. I mean, 50-point trucks is bonkers town. You know what I mean? So, like, you can just jam stuff into people and really just play the game. I actually really, really like the missions and the tactical cards. I don't actually like fixed anymore. I thought, like, I'd want to be playing fixed, but, like, if you make people have to play the mission, it's a big deal. Now, I think if you make tactical the go-to, that is how tournaments are played, I would be super cool with it, but I would like to see, like, take your opponent's home field objective taken out, and or you could auto-recycle it in, because, like, that's a big dick move. Like Eloise and I are playing. I'm like, all right, I drew this card. Looks like I just got to table you on turn one.
Let's go.
Let's- and to have somebody that could get 24 inches across the board also. So this is going to be a tougher card to score.
You're playing Eldar. I'm playing Sisters. You can table me turn one.
No, it's the thing. I still can't get there. I could possibly do it, but that's one of those cards where you're just like, maybe you just say like,
unless
hey,
you're like wrecking your opponent, it's just never gonna happen.
right. Well, you can take it like later and stuff, but I mean, I think you should at least be. There should be a couple of them that just should always say, if you draw this in turn one, you can just auto recycle it back in. You know what I mean? For free, because like certain things just can't be scored. But I like the tactical so much more because you don't have armies that just go, I just kill shit, and then they try to set it up so, I bring it down and I take this. They take kill secondaries. You know what I mean? And if you make people play the game, it makes people actually have armies that can play the game. And I like that. I know that some people don't like random, and I'm not a huge random person as far as in the game itself because I want to play competitively. But giving random things happening means that you have to have an army that can achieve those things. And I like building to that.
Which just naturally makes Eldar better than the vast majority of armies, just because they have the mobility to do so.
It's just a speed, yes. Well, any fast army, they just happen to be fast. You know what I mean?
The fastest.
So, they are the fastest.
No,
zoom,
you play
zoom.
bike. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom. That's why I think that orcs are actually good at the game here. I think they have meh damage output and their durability is okay, but they can play the game. Anything that's fast and can play the mission is going to do pretty decent. Like at Salt City, the biggest difference I had is I kept killing back and forth with my opponent, but like I was winning on secondaries every time because I was just really scoring, and having that in my mindset to just always score my points. So I think that goes into how you game, but also you have to. It's a combination of your game plan and your what you built your army. Yeah, how you build your list to be with that game plan. Because like if you just are building to kill shit, sometimes you're just not going to score. You know what I mean? So like, there's armies that can kill the shit out of everybody, but you're like, hey man, who's cleansing? Who's doing this action? Who's putting a teleport homer up? You don't really want your Crusader Knight dropping a teleport homer. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Transcendence Satan's nuts. He's got a 4++ with a 4 up, feel no pain. That guy is bonkers.
I have mixed feelings about. Sorry, you go.
Go ahead, Eloise.
No, I have mixed feelings about random. Just because you know me, I'm a little bit of a control freak. And I like setting up my game plan. I also like having a chance of denying points to my opponent, and if they scored in their turn, there's literally nothing I can do to prevent them from scoring.
I don't believe that though, because I actually think that if you had to draw your cards at the end of your turn, it would help because your opponent can counter exactly like you're saying. But like, you can be the world's shittiest card counter. There's 16. You know what the possibilities are, and you can plan for those. Especially when you get into like turn 3, you've pulled 4, they've maybe discarded 1. You're like, there's 11 cards left. Like, I can figure that out. I don't have to be a farseer. Like, you know what? I kind of think I might know what you're going to pull. You know what I mean? There's 10 cards.
I can feel it.
Eloise, what fancy paper are you using as your palette?
The Mala paper from IKEA.
She's not using a wet palette. She's literally just using a piece of paper roll from IKEA.
I love everything that went on here.
Comes in a 250 yards roll.
You are the Diet Coke of paint palettes. I just like random. I do like the random quite a lot, Eloise. But I got it. Kyle had said that he really wanted. He had concerns that you had, which are I'd like to counter my opponent, and I would like to see my opponent's cards beforehand. You know what I mean? That would be nice because then you could counterplay more effectively, and that's just when you draw the cards, though. You know what I mean? So if like you drew them the first player just draws their cards and does whatever they do, and after that, you just draw them at the end of your turn after the first round. Basically, that would mean that you always know what your opponent is going to have to score, so you could counterplay that. I like that a lot, and that would give you more agency over the game, Eloise. So, but I do think that random cards have to be in. Otherwise, you're just going to have people just make kill armies and kill shit. Because they don't have to move.
Yeah.
They don't have to do things. They can just park on 3 objectives and never move. You know what I mean?
What are the fixed objectives?
Fixed objectives are bring it down. I think you can do cleanse. It's weird because I've been doing only tactical lately. But there's only a few of them. Like, you can't do no prisoners and you can't do assassinate and fixed. So, my cards are downstairs, damn it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's only like 6 of them. I think one's engage, one's behind enemy lines, cleanse.
But you can just do cleanse and kill. If you're playing like something with vehicles on it, you could just stand on your objectives and just cleanse and kill. And I don't know. I like that you have to build an army that has to do more things. It makes for more balanced armies. Like, if you want to make a super killy army that only shoots, you know what I mean? Well, maybe you won't be able to take objectives, you know what I mean? So your opponent has a counter to that. So if you're overpowering in your offense, maybe you don't have the movement or the ability to do a lot of actions, you know what I mean? So, like, it's just, I don't know, it adds to the game. I would like Eloise was saying, like, the ability to counter my opponent, and that would be nice, you know what I mean, if you saw what was coming.
You know what also balances armies? A force organization chart.
Yeah, no shit.
What does it mean?
So,
we used to have force organization is basically you have to have X amount of things. So back in the day, forever for 40K until we got into 8th edition, every single edition of 40K said you had to have at least 1 HQ, up to 2, period. That was it. And then you could have 6 troops, you had to have 2. So, like, to make your army legal, you had to have a leader and you had to have 2 troops. And then you could have 3 elites, up to 3 elites, up to 3 heavy, up to 3 fast. And that was just how the game was played. You fit your army into that. So if there was a busted thing, like, for instance, my Eldar army, I think, has like 16 heavies or something. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do the things I'm doing right now. And it was much harder to abuse anything because you had restrictions on what you could take. So, like, if you go, hey, this 1 unit or these 2 units are really abusive, and I couldn't just go, well, I'm just going to take that, you know? So, and then you used to have squadrons and things like that. So, and a lot of people haven't played with that, though, you know what I mean? Because that hasn't existed in all of 8th or 9th.
I mean, it existed in 8th and 9th, but it was just way more flexible because you had to choose your force organization chart. So that allowed you to play a certain style, but you still had to have minimum.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even know if I've taken a battle line. I'm trying to think of that. Something like night armies, I guess, because like their guys just are battle line.
Do you have Rangers?
Like,
I think Rangers are battle line, are they not?
Rangers are battle.
No, never mind.
I don't even know if I have one. And I'm trying to think of an army that I put on. Because the only thing that's battle line for Marines are intercessors, heavy intercessors. Infiltrators are not battle line anymore.
They're not. Tactical Marines and assault intercessors. So those
I've taken 0 of those.
I don't even think heavy intercessors are battle line.
Just saying. Well, all I know is that every list that I'm looking at has 0 battle line. Actually, that's a lie. I've taken orc armies with battle line because Beast Snagga boys and boys are both battle line. So there you go, orcs. I've made orc armies with battle line.
I finished a pot of paint.
No, you know what? That's a double lie because custodian guards are battle line. There you go. I've made 2 lists that have battle lines.
So KR brings up power level, aka the new point system. I still don't like it. It is not fun to build lists. It's like, hey...
it drives me crazy when you just go, hey, I'm 5 points over. Guess I'll just delete this list, because fuck it.
Yeah.
So, like, I was thinking about, man, it'd be really cool if I had my Hellblasters with a character and a drop pod. So, you know, I could, like, threaten the backfield. Until I realized I'm paying 25 points to remove 1 guy. Like, how? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't know why they keep pushing power level. No one wants power level.
I want to be able to customize my list for me. You know what I mean? You're going to see too many armies that look exactly the same, and we've had that before. Just when you don't have the ability to, take away 5 points, take away 10 points, make it your weapons cost different things. Where you can make it yourself. Individualize your army. You just don't have that many options. You know what I mean? Because you're like, hey, again, I made a 2,005 point army. That means that I have to lose a unit and effectively start over. You know what I mean? GSC. That's true. GSC, I might have taken some battle line. 120 of them, to be specific.
But yeah. So for ATC, I understand the Marine list that everyone is suggesting that I play. I get it, but it's not fun. It is not a fun army. There's no tactics.
The list that I was originally looking at was, it is now 2 units of Desolation, 3 units of Grav Devs, 3 units of Grav Bikes, Bobby G, 2 units of Scout. 2 units of Scout Sniper goes into all your Marine lists. If you didn't put those in, you're wrong, because they can't be targeted within 12. So they just hold shit. It's magical. Bunch of douche scouts. You're like, hey, what's our job, Captain? Stand on that objective and be quiet. Like, we can shoot our sniper guns. You will shut your face and not get killed and score me some points. God damn it!
I was actually taking infiltrators instead of them.
You got to put the librarian in them.
Well, not if you hide them.
They can still be targeted. So, like, I'll just bomb you into non-existence. I mean, you know what? You know who's super excited to hear that? The IG horse riding master who goes, hey, those are not scout snipers, they're infiltrators without the librarian. Target that corner generally and bomb it into another dimension. Artillery shell them back in time. That I just don't want to be shot, man. There's some armies that will just kill you. I mean, hell, those Desolators will kill you. Hey, you're the Oath of Moment target. Prepare to take a lot of shots with a lot of saves.
Yeah, but if they're shooting at my 5 infiltrators, that's better than shooting at the other guys who are also on foot.
Everybody says that kind of shit, and they go, yeah, but it's better than shooting at this. I don't want them shot, period, man. I want to take that 4 or 5 points for that objective. I want them to cleanse. I want them to be the guys at extended battle lines. I don't want to be the dudes that are sitting on my tray. You know what scores better? Alive models. You're like, I don't want to be shot, period. It'd be cool, like, hey, man, we could have been a scout. As the scout sniper's looking over going, ooh, that looks terrible. Did you guys know what the Basilic's profile is? Oh, God. There's so many things blowing up. The death toll is catastrophic. I don't want that happening to me. I want to be sitting playing euchre with the other scout snipers. I mean, sure, when somebody gets to you, you're automatically dead because you're just wearing a T-shirt with a sniper rifle, but, they can't target you until then. And it works out. I feel like your models are so much farther away than Eloise's models are.
Which is weird. Because my camera is like here, and his camera is probably less than a foot away from his model.
I just think it's a difference of width in the lens.
Just that mine is bigger than yours.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what do you have to complete before you can work on Eldar?
I need to take those 2 girls and replace their bolter with...
We're trying to convert some old Sisters of Battle models into Crusaders. So she wants to make 2 Crusaders.
I've lost her shield already. No, here. There you go.
So she has to finish 1 base and make a couple Crusaders. And that's it.
I had to look up Phobits again to make sure I knew what it was. I was just like, those are the guys that never go anywhere, but they're in the forward operating base, right? Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I'll be right back.
Oh, she just ran away.
And then we can work on that, which is a project that excites me way more.
You have a lot of... You probably have like 1,500 points of Eldar that just are kind of painted, but not really.
Yeah.
I feel like Eloise has just been stealing a model here and there from other people. They haven't even been painting them, that you just pocketing them.
No, so what happened is for Adepticon, we were going to run 4 1,000 point Eldar armies. And then Eloise decided to have a job and adult responsibilities, and I think she got like 500 points painted.
Before the point changes, I was at 1,200.
Okay, 1,200. But she's got her Protoss Night Spinners. Got a Falcon. Or no, that's a Wave Serpent.
That's a Wave Serpent because the back latch opens.
Indeed it does.
That's Brad's favorite kind of Wave Serpent.
And, you know, you gotta do it.
So that's my next project, and I'm way more excited about that than about that.
Then just
That's why I
paint
need to
whatever
finish
makes
the
you
non-exciting
excited.
thing.
Well,
first.
she's a perfectionist. She wants to finish it off.
I'm not a perfectionist. I just want finished things.
Ask yourself, what would Brad do? I am willing to drop anything if something else makes me even remotely happier. Ooh, that thing's dead to me. I'm out.
So, Brad, you should play Space Wolves at ATC. Get that last Space Wolf score while you still have this.
I thought about it. I thought about bringing literally 0 Space Wolf things and just running that and not running Bobby G and just running like 2 tanks in his place and just playing Space Wolves. I was like, I could just take out Bobby G, run double Lancer and something else and call it Space Wolves. And then I would have people just literally want to Rochambeau me for playing the least Space Wolves army of all time and getting a score for it.
So, I was working on a Space Wolves list because I just wanted to see what you could do. You could take 3 units of Grav Devs, 3 units of Long Fangs with Grav, 3 drop pods, a whole bunch of bikes.
Why do Long Fangs cost more than Dev? Literally 30 points more. They have no special rules worth of shit. They just cost 30 points more. You're like, hey, old guys, fuck you. You're like, why?
It's because they can reroll once if they stay stationary.
Screw off.
Broken mechanic.
You got all the moment. Just.
Yeah.
30 points. Screw you.
For literally the same equipment.
Yeah, they're exactly the same. I do like seeing the
Sorry
photos.
for interrupting.
Ooh, you know what?
Do you have...
Who's going to be your Templars though? Dark Templars.
Who's going to be Dark Templars, Eloise?
Oh!
Okay, you just got her excited. Now she's running away again.
I'm super excited about that. Ugh.
She put all the painted Eldar in our glass cabinets behind us, so she has to go get them.
Sick!
Exactly, paying back those payday loans they took out for the Thunderhammer Missile Terminator in the late night. I mean, I did abuse the shit out of that. I love having.
Are we saying it's your fault?
Hell no. Nothing's my fault. Clearly, in the last 5 decades, I've learned absolutely nothing. Like, let me just put this fork in the socket again and see what happens. I mean, it'll probably be different next time, right?
Striking Scorpions? No.
Yeah, that's your Striking Scorpion.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we put the crude weapons on them.
Let's put a little more light on it.
Because if you don't have Dark Templars, it's not a Protoss army.
It is.
Because those are awesome.
So we put the crude weapon on them. You know, the crude gun.
Mm-hmm.
And 2-sided cipher? How do you call the thing that you cut the wheat
Scythe.
with?
Scythe.
Scythe. So we double-sided the scythe.
So, all right. All I'm saying,
she's using the blades of the Kroot gun to make a double-sided scythe. That's
awesome.
And then
Also,
she
if okay, I'm going to pause on this. If Karandras doesn't get turned into Zeratul, I'm protesting. I will veto this.
We
order.
have better than that.
All right, now she's running away again. Why don't you just bring one of each? Because you got a Banshee, you got Dire Avengers.
Yes.
I actually like her going to get one at a time. This is making me happy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Well, what's pretty cool too is so we have the Warwalkers, right? And we got some 3D printed legs where they'll be on 4 legs instead of 2.
To be immortals.
Can you show here? Give me one of the legs. Here, I think my camera's a little.
Mine is bigger, but
So this
yours
will be
is
for the
better.
Warwalkers, and it fits on a 60mm.
So the Banshees are just black with a different color highlight, like when they are see-through in the game.
I don't know.
Did you just ask me some color things?
Here, let me
Yeah,
because I can place
100%
mine
I know.
down. All right. Let me move these boring ass Space Marine Desolators away. No one cares about Desolators.
And Korean dress is a real scorpion.
There you go. So it's kind of hard to see, but she did a metallic.
Shine.
Metallic
Multi-chrome!
Multi-chrome. There we go. Green and purple. And who are these supposed to represent on the Banshees?
Since you cannot overwatch when you shoot them, I wanted them to be Dark Eldar, but it doesn't quite look like Dark Eldar, so I just went with the Dark Eldar aesthetic.
And then here's Karandras with an actual scorpion tail.
I want Krotos. All right. You know what? And he sent me this, and I didn't message him back because I'm a bad person. If I'm starting Eldar, that won't be done soon, but looking to get some units to start painting. They tend to always be good every edition. What's your top 3? That's tough because they literally makes whatever's good shit and whatever shit good. But you're almost always good to have. I mean, one of the grav tanks is always decent every year. I cannot. I love the super chat story, but let's get down to business. Can you tell the Art of War breakup story? I won't. I'm sorry. I have nothing against any of those guys. Well, I have. Yeah, whatever.
This isn't an appropriate venue for that.
Yeah, I don't like to be negative about stuff, and I never want to talk bad about people. I hope they're doing well, and they're crushing it. I mean, I just had an Art of War person call me like 20 minutes ago, so it's all good. I appreciate the super chat, brother. But yeah, I had some people do some weird stuff to me, and it caused a rift. And business-wise, we broke up. Yeah. So, and I'll get yelled at. But Eldar units that are always good. Phoenix Lords have went up and down over the years, but like I have like a big collection of Eldar stuff. Like Warwalkers are up and down, but you're never in a bad spot to have them. They're really good right now, but they've always been pretty decent. Like I think I put Warwalkers in my list for the last decade, because I think that they were good in 9th. They were about the same in 8th. I don't think I had them in 7th because I just brought bike spam and shit. Spiders are a terrible sculpt. They've been great in every edition. Spiders have been great, but get a third-party spider because their model is stupid because they're the fastest, craziest moving unit in the game, and they literally look like sand people with their Tusken Raiders with their hands over their head. So it's the worst pose ever.
They're the fastest and the fattest.
Yes.
they're very sad. I want them to be good. I love the concept behind them. We own 10, I think.
Yeah.
So, Eloise wanted to go with a lava base with the blue crystals.
I love it. He goes worth a shot at some afternoon tea spilling. Zach, I did.
And then what are your warlocks supposed to be? Because I know you did some.
Ooh, what is that? What is that model made of? Sorry, where I'm behind this. I'm with the stream right now.
So this is the
was that a,
Wait, what is this?
this is the
was that a
metal
bike?
warlock. And
No, like remember I'm 20 seconds behind right now.
On the
I'm with
left.
everybody.
To the left. Look at what he's.
oh, that was a Dire Avenger.
No, not the Dire Avenger, the bike or whatever. Was that a bike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Well, we'll bring the bike back on. So
That's
So, dark-
a Void Ray. Ish.
True, but most these like Warwalkers, Warp Spiders, support weapons have had places in every edition. I'll agree with that. I would definitely magnetize whether you're bringing Shadow Weavers or D cannons, because there's been some pretty wide disparity in that. And Warwalkers, you want to magnetize the weapons, because it's been cannons, then lances, and for a while it was Eldari missile launchers. You know what I mean? Like, Warwalkers have always been good. It's just dependent on what you put on them. So that's a big deal, because the Eldar, yes, that one also that you put out, but
yeah,
it's been
it was a Jedi. Yeah, that 30-second delay is killing us.
yeah. But no, man, I'm super. I love StarCraft. I like the lore in it too. But like, if you're gonna play Protoss, I want so many dark. I want, for one, Zeratul has to be there, and you have to talk in the Zeratul voice at all times. So
Eloise, didn't you hand paint these banners?
Tosara.
Didn't you hand paint the Dire Avenger banners?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the Dire Avenger Exarchs, she actually hand painted the symbol on the back of the banner.
That's my only freehand ever.
Her only freehand ever.
nice. I'm gonna send you guys some stuff that Josh Ford sent me. He did some freehand. He's like, I did some freehand for you for your birthday, and he's just like some super badass shit.
Some people
well-
are extremely talented, and then
Yes, he's a lifelong tattoo artist, and you're like, you kind of have to get that one right. We were talking about it. I was like, Jesus, you just randomly just started doing freehand on your knights, and he's like, yeah, man, freehand on my knights isn't exactly as much pressure as putting a permanent picture on somebody's body.
details.
It's like it's a little bit different on that, but I like that a lot. I'm actually super surprised. We had a couple of them, but I'm surprised that we don't have more full-on StarCraft Tyranid armies. You know what I mean, with the Queen of Blades and everything.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen a couple of pretty cool, but we haven't had like a one in a while that's fully embraced that.
So James R will be the Queen of Blade. We are putting on her the wings from an AOS model, one of the Bone Reaper.
Oh, with the skeleton stuff, yeah, those are
Yeah.
badass. I just love conversions because I don't see colors very well, so I really, really have been. Plus, I really like the fluff and the lore. I love converted models. Like, that's my jam, and it always has been. One of my favorite models is one of the first models Snigs did for me. I started with Chaos and I went to Eldar when I first started playing, and he did a Dreadnought, Chaos Dreadnought for me, which had a guy trying to escape out of the sarcophagus, and he green stuffed it out. And I just
Nice.
love shit like.
Yeah,
So-
yesterday. So, Brad, you know Pinky the Dreadnought, right? Do you still have Pinky the Dreadnought, or has he vanished?
Oh, he's over here. Hold on. He's on my Brit cleaned my trash fire of a desk, so I have to find him as I'm moving wine glasses and stuff. He's over here somewhere, but I have him. I still have Pinky the Dreadnought.
So when was 5th edition popular with all the Grey Knights? 2012 or 2013?
That was like 13 years ago. That was Poland WTC, which is 2012.
2012. Okay, so remember how they had the tournament where it was like 2,500 points and at the game room?
Ard Boys.
It wasn't our boys because our boys went null and void, and then they had like Daryl ran his own event, and I forget what it was called. It was like the Big Cheese or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he basically ran his version of Ard Boys.
So, for context, I was also playing Grey Knights, and I had a Land Raider there that wasn't even finished. Like, it didn't have treads or anything. I actually just finished building it last night. So, it's been a solid decade, but I finally built my Land Raider Crusader from that event.
Now I'm just upset. I'm like gonna turn my picture off in a second here. I need to find Pinky the Dreadnought. I have to
Brandon?
move my nitro pills. God damn it, where's Pinky? All right, I'll figure it out. But Pinky the Dreadnought is one of my favorite stories still, though.
Could
I
power
just,
weapon be power mace?
Power weapons are just power weapons. So they could be an axe, they could be a lance, they could be a sword, they can be
Cool, because you don't have enough right
a claw
hand.
hammer. You know.
anything your little heart desires.
It shall be a mace.
All right. But yeah, so I took my Grey Knight Land Raider and turned it into a Legion of the Damned Land Raider Crusader with skulls and green stuff and flames and all sorts of stuff. I just need to find a multi-melta.
I like what you're doing here. Yeah, I love it. Nergomac goes, about how long it takes to get around to finishing a Land Raider. Standard time.
So the best part about it is, so mind you, this before yesterday, there were no treads, there were none of these details or any of the green stuff, and actually the guns were broke too, so I had to fix the guns. But I made a post 5 years ago because I took that broken down Land Raider to a tournament back when Gilman first came out, and I was running a Land Raider, Gilman, and some scout bikes. I said, if I win a game with the Land Raider, I might build them and paint them. Well, I went like 3-0 at that tournament, and I never built Land Raider.
What a liar!
And I actually took a screenshot of it. I'm like, strong. I've procrastinated over a decade on this Land Raider while doing an entire Legion of the Damned army in the back.
Seems legit.
Well, I just haven't had a use for a Land Raider. So I'm like going through like some projects. Like I have two Storm Talons I wanted to make look like A10 Warthogs. I have all the parts, I just have never done it. And it's also a decade-old project.
Yeah, Rusty and Eddie both talk about the fact that basically StarCraft was going to be a 40K game, and then it just kind of didn't get together. And then GW is probably kicking themselves a small bit. Yeah, StarCraft ended up being like semi-successful. It did okay.
Semi.
Well, I saw an announcement they're doing StarCraft 3. I don't know when it's supposed to come
If
out.
it's like between Wings of Liberty and Brood War, we should have retired before the time it comes out.
Yeah. With that and Grand Theft Auto 6 both going to come out at the same time. This is true. This might be the best Land Raiders I've ever been. Their time is coming last. I got to do the Darth Maul.
I kind of want to just use the Land Raider, but I don't know what I even put into it because close combat kind of sucks.
Oh man, I'm crying. I'm very sad right now. Apparently, all of the things, some of the stuff.
All right, so I need you to find out if you're flying or driving, because I'm assuming if you're flying, I got to pick you up.
Yes. Well, the thing is that I was gonna just drive with the guys, but like with back-to-back travels, I just don't have any money. That's the problem. I heard that they charge you to fly, and that's some bullshit, guys.
They do indeed charge you to fly.
That's nonsense.
And no matter how many miles you had saved up before, you're probably running low on miles.
I'm done on miles. I had to spend all the money on freaking Kansas City. Why is my picture just went to shit on Skype? I barely just moved too fast for focus to keep up. Skype was like, dude, settle down, bro. That was a lot of movement. But yeah, I had to use a bunch of my miles because apparently flying to Kansas City costs $1 million for some unknown reason. I could have flown to Florida twice or gone to Kansas City.
Like I was interested. Like we wanted to have another team go for Death or Glory. I was like, all right, well, I'll check it out. We'll see how much it is. $700 for me to fly out, and that was like 2 months before the event. I'm like, I think I'm gonna pass. Well, what if I drive? Oh, it's a 14-hour car trip. I think I'm good. I think I'm just gonna skip Kansas City.
It was so weirdly so hard to get to. You know what I mean? I was really surprised at the fact that they had just didn't have any cheaper tickets. You know what I mean? It was bonkers time.
So Matt James did say that if you're going into Atlanta, he could pick you up. So if you fly into Knoxville or Chattanooga, I'll pick you up. If you fly into Atlanta, he'll pick you up. If you fly anywhere else, you're out of luck. Because you're really out of the way at that point.
That's hurtful. I want to be here. I want to go.
If you land in Sevierville Airport, I'll come and pick you up.
Oh, if you land by private jet at the Sevierville Airport, Eloise will pick you up.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but
I got you, fam.
I'm down with it. I just have to get a ticket. I've been trying to figure if I can ship myself UPS. That seems good too. I'll just get one of those dog eat carts.
Oh, there you go. If you fly into Nashville, Crawley will pick you up.
Yes.
Mind you, all these, like, Sevierville, Knoxville, Atlanta, and Nashville are all 2 hours away. The only airport that's there is Chattanooga, your favorite.
Oh, that place sucks so bad. I live in Toledo, and Chattanooga is literally the worst place. Chattanooga, why do you suck so much? If I drive down, I'm going with Lyle. I'm getting jammed. Where Lyle and I are doing pairings. If they moved it closer to Toledo, that would be cool too. It's so far though, driving wise. It makes me sad. I get sad thinking about it. Sarah, if I was running the stream right now, I would definitely be playing Arms of the Angel right now.
And demonetized.
You do it gift version, bro. You do it gift version. So they know. They know. They see her, and the words are there, but the song is not.
I've got the voiceover.
Hello, darkness.
Just start singing for us.
Friend.
So I'm excited to hang out at ATC. We'll have like 18, 20 people staying at our cabin. You are one of those people, Brad, just in case you remember.
I do want to point out that Mr. Jamas Togden literally told everybody this is bullshit. The DOG teams all have to stay together. If I'm coming down here, we're all staying together. So he made Lyle change everything about it, and now Tom's just not coming.
Yes.
He literally
I'm so annoyed by that.
He literally threw a grenade and just walked away like 80s style with an explosion behind him, just walking away.
That's exactly what happened. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we had everything lined up, and we're like, okay, well, I guess we can maybe get a refund.
Oh, sorry. I'm not just driving with Lyle and Heidi. I mean, come on. It's Heidi and Lyle. Let's be honest here.
It is Heidi and Lyle. Lyle is Heidi's husband. Heidi is not Lyle's wife.
I was going to say that Heidi is Batman and Lyle is definitely Robin.
Kyle might get jealous because I think he wanted the Robin role. But aren't there like multiple Robins now? Aren't there like Nightwing and Robin and
there's so many.
Yeah,
they've died. Like Batman has killed so many teenagers. So like, whoopsie, they need a new sidekick.
Good career path.
No. If you have some problems in your teens and you want to learn to fight, don't hang out with Batman because you will be a storyline of getting killed. Oh, show.
An emotional storyline, though.
or paralyzed for that matter.
Which one is
I mean,
paralyzed?
Batgirl got paralyzed, I think, in one of the comics.
Oh, there's been so many.
And he became Professor Xavier.
No, he just became a dude with no powers that couldn't walk.
It turns out when you've had the same comic characters for 75 years, they go through a lot of shit.
Yeah, shit
Well,
is...
have you seen Grey's Anatomy? And it's been only 18 years.
Is Grey's Anatomy us?
I mean, in that hospital, they had 5 bomb attempts. They had 6 planes crashing. Like, there's a lot happening. Seattle is a restless place.
You know what? Lyle might have a point here. He goes, if Heidi is Batman, I'm definitely Martian Manhunter, the designated adult of the Justice League.
Whoa. Eloise is also a designated adult of
But
DOG.
she's adult mom.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you are the mom.
Are you the mom of DOG?
I'm a teen mom of DOG.
You're the teen mom of DOG.
We all knew Moo Crew's going to win ATC. Do we, though? Like, Lyle is very confident in his list and I feel like the rest of Ukru is, but I have no idea what I'm playing still.
The rest of your team is like, we are going to totally crush. And you were like, I should figure out a list.
Well,
you should
So
gotta have a spirit vision. You gotta have a vision quest, bro. You gotta figure it out.
You need
You
to
gotta
work
let
on
the
your stuff
Kyle
'cause I'm
guide
a
you.
drawing point.
What's that?
You need to work on your stuff because I'm a drawing point.
Oh, okay. Shit. Well, I was going to build Farsight today because I finally got the new Farsight sculpt, and I was going to crudify him. You know, like rip out the torso, put a crew pilot in there, like the Matrix style, and have everything ready to go. And Eloise is like, "Hey, are you playing him at ATC?" And I was like, "No."
In
And she's
3
like,
days?
It's not 3 days. It's a weekend. It's a weekend too.
That is true. By the way, there's multiple shows like that. Matt goes, season 1 Buffy is an all-timer. He goes, like 50 kids disappear in a single year at the school. Figured that would set off some alarm bells at the local PTA. Like, yeah, man, there's like multiple places where you're like, why does anybody still live here, man? Like,
Beverly Hills.
Like, hey,
90210.
yeah. At least no one died there as much. They had like a couple random things, like in those.
Everybody OD'd.
Yeah, but at least it wasn't like sci-fi Buffy where you're like, hey man, what happened? Like a vampire ate your kid and 14 others. When? Yesterday. Like, we should stop sending people to this school.
Apparently, Steven wants to do a list doctor for me right now, so I can actually like get the models built and play it.
That's a great idea. Steven, I love you. Thank you.
You know what? I will do part of this. However, my head hurts so bad I'm literally pouring down tears right now. And that is becoming a problem because I'm having a hard time seeing. But
You're just very excited to come hang out with me next week.
I am so excited. I'm very emotional about it too. It's making me cry. Exactly. Gotham versus Metropolis. Also, why does anybody live in any of those cities in the comics? In Marvel, why would you live in New York? Gotham, Metropolis, like move anywhere else. Like if you're just some random guy in Gotham, you are for sure getting hurt horribly. like nothing. I'm pretty sure there's 1 million arch criminals in Gotham. It's just like things are going down, and every time one of those guys has a fight, half the city gets ruined. Like apparently all of the superpowered guys, if you're Green Lantern, you're Superman, you basically never lure any villain out of the city limits. You just fight directly there.
I want to know about the insurance rates of how much it costs to live in the city.
You just don't have insurance. I think that is the deal. If something gets blown up, you're like, yeah, you buy another one, man.
I want to know who makes their glass. Because you look at the building, the glass breaks, and I don't want to buy windows from them.
Well, maybe they didn't buy Anderson windows, the high quality windows that we just got put into our house.
Oh, shots fired. Eddie goes, why does anyone live in Ohio? Hey, low property value, property cost, lots of space, and no
superhero tried to break your house.
Exactly. No superheroes trying to destroy things. I mean, that's true. Kiara goes, Gotham is still better than any Imperial city of 40K. Yes, the Imperium is literally a nightmare. Like, if you read actually the fluff, like, regular people, unless you're living in one of the paradise world deals, if you're in a hive world, every day is the worst day you've ever had. It's just awful.
That's why people are rushing to join the Imperial Guard, because it'd be more fun.
That's why you're like, hey man, I can't believe, Chaos basically converts these people over. You're like, I can't believe it. It's so ridiculous. They get nothing. You're like, oh, that's why, because this is a terrible nightmare. Like, what's your job? They set me on fire every day. Why? Because the Emperor said so, apparently.
Oh, see, there you go. Tony Stark provided insurance for everyone in Marvel. There you go.
Nice. Yeah,
that's
true.
Very nice of him.
You can tell how much we've been reading comics, guys.
I have stacks.
All right.
I would. So
do I need a list, or should I just wing it?
You need the list because I'm tired of hearing about it.
I think list submissions are due Sunday.
That's soon. That is really soon. Do you want to play tanks? Do you want to play? I mean, I just think that every Marine list needs 3 units of grav devs. They're just too valuable for what they do.
I at least have that, and they're fully built and painted.
So start with that. That's 360 points. There you go. You got 360 points in your army. Mic drop out. And,
we're done.
We'll see you guys next week.
also, I want you guys to know that there's a battle coming, like a GW battle report with Necrons versus Votan. And if they literally say Votan wins that, I'm going to drive, not fly, Dick. I will be underwater and I will kill them because that is so dumb. That is a lie. But
you
back
know those
to
are all narrative battle reports.
it's still not happening. They still can't score a point. But
Actually,
yeah, 1 desolator is mandatory. 10 desolators, so 340 points right there.
Actually, to Matt's point, Matt, I don't actually think Tyranids won. I think they won for the purposes of like the fluff, because I think they're coming out with Space Marine 2, and Space Marine 2 is when they take back that planet. I think it's just geared up towards a giant narrative arc for Ultramarines and Tyranids.
Because you know who need an arc?
Ultramarines and Tyranids.
We've never heard any lore from them.
Absolutely not. I've never read anything.
Brandon is allergic to good models.
True. But like, ready? You've got 10 desolators, 15 grav devs. Done. Okay? You've now got 700 points of an army. I think that you put just 3 lancers in there. Seems good.
So I really do like the Lancers. I feel like they help out with some of the difficult matchups. The issue is getting them. And I know you're gonna be like, hey, just borrow them from somebody. I know that's the Brad way.
Hold on. Did you ask me for a list, or did you ask me about your silly modeling projects? List first. Make an army that's good first. Figure it out later. Always the Brad motto. Come on. Come on, man. Make a good list, then figure out the models. It's all good. So,
I have no doubt that Rice can lend you some.
I heard you know a few people in 40K. It'll work itself out.
1 or 2.
I mean, shit, you're in a place, you're going to be at a house with 20 people. Someone will be able to bring a goddamn model or 2. I might even bring a model. Also, Snakes has everything in the Imperium. I think everything. If it's a tank, he owns 3 of them. Yes. I mean, at Snakes' house, we have multiple Astraeuses, and we have 2 Mantas for some unknown reason.
That's cool.
That's a pretty strong flex there.
It is. So, 3 Lancers, 3 Grav Devs, 1 Desolator. Point click, you're at least over 1,000 points now. Lyle Dixon coming in hot with a $5 super chat. I'm paying good money for Brandon to play the Astraeus list for
For Brandon to play what?
The Astraeus is a giant tank.
So this list was 3 Executioners, 3 Lancers or something, and an Astraeus. 1 Tech Marine, no Grav Devs.
Yeah. You already lost me at no Grav Devs. Rusty comes in. Obviously, 2 Scout Snipers. Duh. I felt that was already implied. So you've got 3 Lancers, 2 Scout Snipers, 3 Grav Devs, 1 Desolator, and a partridge in a pear tree. So, somebody pull up the app real quick. We're probably going to... I feel like if I keep listing stuff off, we're going to get into like a 2,800 point list and you'll win every game. I mean, you get DQ.
That's the perfect list.
I mean, you're going to win.
No, I'll still find a way to lose with an extra 800 points.
That would be impressive if you lost any games with a giantly overpointed army. All right.
Steven just texted me. You could borrow the Astraeus list from me from Tacoma.
Oh my god. You're winning. I don't even understand how that won any games. It can't move. It's so big. You're like, hey, do you like your Astraeus placing? Because that's where it's staying. So, all right. Just we have this up. Pull up the app. Pull up your phone, Brandon.
I got this. All right.
I like how you sighed. We're working on your list, and you got sad.
Yes.
Now you know how I feel. It's been like that for 3 weeks. That's why I want him to have a list and we stop talking about it. Please.
Again, I have tears running down my face. I'm so sad about this.
Asshole. I love
Apparently,
you.
that list won 5 games.
You know what? That guy's a wizard, and yeah. I mean, Henderson won fucking 3 games with Sisters of Silence, which I still don't understand.
It did better than Sisters of Battle.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Well, because they actually have long-range anti-tank, so, you know.
I will never forget the fact that with Sisters of Silence versus Sisters of Battle, that the nemesis of the entire army was Eloise driving 2 rhinos at me and me going, well, with that kind of overpowered mojo, I can't do anything about it.
So we had to edit that video. We posted it back up on our Still Frosted Gaming YouTube page. And you and Ryan bullied Eloise and only getting like 3 turns. You guys were having so much fun that she only got 3 turns. And you wonder why she lost. She was about to table that army.
Yeah, I said it the whole time. I feel like I didn't make any qualms about the fact that she was going to roll over me. I was literally throwing cream pies at her with my cars. She's like, no one died from the cream pie assault? Weird. Just moving forward.
I would play the Sisters of Silence list at ATC.
And you would win.
And then you're gonna lose games against people who are not fun and who are not good, and you'd be grouchy about it.
But I know Thousand Suns are making a comeback, so I'm going to be paired against Thousand Suns. I'm just going to call them out every single round.
They would still kill you.
Probably.
You have no damage. They'd just be like, oh, cool, you have anti-psyker stuff, and you're dead. Like,
all right, so I have the GW app up.
all right. 2 scout snipers.
Okay.
1 desolator, 10-man.
I'll just put my 3 Devastator squads in. 2
Yep.
All right, 2 scout snipers.
I love it. Lyle coming to the super chat because this is 100% true. He goes, this is how the last 2 months have gone. I don't know what to play. Play Brad's list. I would rather have Brad repaint all my models. Jesus. Oh.
KR did point out that neither of you did do tank shock with your rhinos.
But it's true. Well, we had to look up half the rules because I didn't even know what they did. So it's first weekend of gaming, and you guys are like, play Sisters of Silence. I'm like, I'm doing it.
So 10 scout snipers, 15 devastators, and 10 desolation marines. It's 850 points.
Hold on. I do have to point out the fact that it did take Eloise until turn 3 to finally realize how little damage I had and finally to go, well, screw this, and just went forward. I was just like, no, really, I have nothing. She's like, don't you have this, this, and this? I'm like, I have nothing that can hurt you. And she just went, okay, cool, and just pushed forward. I was like, oh no, the doom of me. So, all right, what do we have again? Three devs, 3 devastators, grav devs, 2 scout snipers, 1 10-man desolator, 3 lancers. What is that at?
All right, hold on. And Lancer's the anti-tank one, right?
Correct.
All right. 1285.
So we got so many points to work with. We have so much room for activities right now. I think you take a whirlwind. 1 whirlwind at strength 8, it bombs people. It's actually pretty annoying. Plus you like whirlwinds.
Whirlwind?
I do like whirlwinds.
What is a whirlwind?
A whirlwind is a tank that hasn't seen the table in 3 years.
Let's go for it.
But it's an indirect tank.
Nope, it has
Doesn't bring
seen.
you joy.
Blood Angels used it to do fight last. That was the only thing they used it for the strat. But probably take a Primaris Libby and put him with the. You need somebody with Bolter Discipline, so take a Primaris Libby and give him Bolter Discipline. He slams into the Desolators. Well, you could have been on stream. This is such a bad idea. I know I sent this version of the list over to Crawley, and he told me how terrible it was, and I don't believe him. I think this is fantastic, and I think
And
you
he's not here to have a voice, so.
exactly. And mathematically, I proved he has a stupid face. So
Good Lord.
Fire strikes and hammer falls.
yes, all the Hammerfall bunkers.
So
I don't even know if you can deploy them. By the way,
So someone on Reddit keeps bragging about how he's going undefeated with 3 Hammerfall bunkers. And I'm like, are you just not playing anybody with any sort of melted guns or anti-tank weapons at all?
No, he's playing against sisters.
it doesn't matter.
You
He
would
still
wreck
can't
that army.
It doesn't matter. He
18
still can't
inches
score.
away, and I move 6 inches a turn.
They can't move.
They can't move. You just go stand at objectives and just do secondaries, and you're like, you still got all your bunkers, and well, I'm over here. We're having a dinner party actually, so if you guys want to come. Stephen Crawley has left the chat.
All right.
This list is 44 and 1 on TTS. I mean, it would be nice to have a unit of infiltrators, but I don't really want to have to play the Phobos. God damn it, the camera again just decided. Skype, you're stupid.
Skype does just very silly things.
What happened?
Well, Skype just causes all the video quality to go down and everything. It's a bummer.
So, if you have the place, I'd love infiltrators, but if you're going to make infiltrators, you kind of want the Phobos Libby, and I just don't want another character right now, to be honest with you. Just space out better. So, you have like things, you could take some lone operatives, you know what I mean? You can obviously slam in Bobby G at any point in time for double oath a moment, and somebody who can actually punch their way out of a paper bag. So, that is up to you. What are we at points-wise?
Without Bobby G, it is 1530.
Yeah. Seasoned to taste. That list will kick some ass.
Do you have all the models that you need to be able to?
Do I have all these models? No, I don't have all these models. The Gladiators have been sold out for like 9 months. Ever since they went down like 50 points last edition, they've been sold out.
Starguard just don't do enough damage for me. So, we've still got a lot of points here. So, you have options. You know what I mean? You can't just slam Bobby. I'm never against Bobby G. 1, Primax are cool. 2, Bobby G actually does bang out some damage, and he gives you a counter melee threat. And double oath a moment is not a joke.
So if Bobby G's in there, now we're at 1885.
Take a unit of Inceptors. Then you're 5 points. You're 1995.
I kind of secretly hope that you guys are going to be 5 points over and need to restart from scratch.
Nope, I know exactly what the Inceptors
So
cost.
Inceptors would put me at a perfect 2000.
Yep. I like that a lot. The Inceptors let you do the 3-inch drop so you can steal shit. I think it's cool. It allows you to do secondaries that most people don't want you to. You know what I mean?
I actually like the Inceptors. I'm a little bummed because all mine have plasma guns, and bolters just seem to be way better now on paper.
It also, why do they only fire with one gun? Is he like posing with the other hand?
Well,
Like, what's going on?
It's the same shit with all the bikes, right? So bikes have been, for 8th and 9th edition, they were 4 shots. Now they cut the amount of shots in half, and they give them reroll wounds. I'm like, cool. I'd rather have more shots.
Same
True
with
story.
Same thing with
the
aggressors. Same thing with the Paragon Warsuit grenade launchers. It's like, that's cool. I just don't want this.
So-
I want my extra shots back.
I'm an engineer. I can count to 2. 1, 2. I get to roll one of them.
Yep.
So these suits are weird because they have 2 individual heavy bolters. They're not twin linked, but the close combat weapons, if you take 2 of them, they're twin linked.
Yeah. So I'm just saying you missed out on the opportunity to go 1. Ooh. All right, we're calling it. We've been on stream forever.
I know we have been. How you feeling, Brad?
Absolutely, yeah. There.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, but go rest up. And do you think by Friday you can have a travel plan?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not get all crazy.
A
I
travel
tried
plan.
to,
I'd say no if you're flying or driving. It's not that complicated.
unless like there's an unbelievably cheap flight I'm driving with the Heidi and Lyle combo.
I think you'll have a good time. You still get to relax.
I can't relax in a car. I get like freaked out. Some of us have been in 4 total accidents as the passenger. That would be Brad. I just assume everyone's trying to kill me when they're driving me.
In the
I wouldn't be
past
surprised.
year,
Not in the past year, just over my life.
So
Oh.
should we approach this like I would approach the dog who's afraid of thunderstorms and give you some Benadryl and knock your ass out?
I put a thunder jacket on you.
Do you need a thunder vest?
When we do long travels, you need to treat me like B.A. Baracus and knock me out. Goddamn Hannibal!
All right. So, Eloise, did you finish the sisters?
Not yet. I'll need probably another hour if you want to go live on your channel, or I can do it offline. I don't care.
Okay. So it looks like she's knocking out 2 Crusaders and wrapping up not Morvel.
Yeah, I would be
Or
done,
both.
but paint needs to dry.
I think you'd be done except for the fact that I don't see your 3 castigators on the board.
Because they're being delivered to ATC.
Oh,
So
I
she's
like that.
so she's gonna have more models at ATC to paint.
We don't
The
talk
the
about
elder
Bruno.
painting priority is a lie.
We don't talk about Bruno.
All right, and I have the bodies of the Desolators ready. I don't have any of the guns because I hate the way the guns look, so I need to figure out a conversion for them.
Super Crack Johnny 5.
It's such an ugly model. It's literally the worst model in Space Marine book. And on that note, Brad, you got anything you want to pitch? Are you going to be on tomorrow?
I will be on tomorrow.
Okay.
7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be talking about something. I had a plan, but I forgot it.
Okay. Strong. Tomorrow,
You're welcome.
tomorrow at 1 p.m., I believe Sean's coming over, and we're going to do a battle report over my house.
Nice.
So I think it's going to be orcs, even though he hasn't sent me a list yet, versus whatever's painted Eldar.
Which is also why I wanted to get going.
So I'm going to use some of Eloise's Eldar models. I might have to borrow some from Sean. So we're going to do like a fluffy Eldar army, not a high-end, top tier.
Oh, it'll be high end.
Probably.
Ladies, gents, we are out.
Sir, cheers, bye.